hi guys, welcome to the fourth class for percentage advance and welcome to the next 7 questions. So what do we have? A shopkeeper had 90 kg of tur dal. One day he decides to sell out all his tur dal stock. He sells certain part of it at 40% profit and the remaining stock at 20% profit. If he gains 30% on the overall transaction, what is the quantity of each part of tur dal? Right? So let's say the cost price of tur dal, 1 kg of tur dal is rupees 100, right? So the total stock that he has or the total cost price that he has is 90 multiplied by 100. That is 9,000 rupees ka stock he has. He has a stock of 9,000 rupees. Correct? Now to get a profit of 30%, the total selling price should be equal to what? 9,000 multiplied by 13 by 10 because 30% means 3 by 10 and multiplying factor will be 1 plus 3 by 10. So this becomes equal to what? 13 into 9, 11700. So that means the total selling price that he is looking at is 11,700. Correct? Now let's say he sold X kgs at 40% profit, right? So if he is selling at 40% profit, that simply means he's selling for what? See, cost price is 100. Selling at 40%, that simply means selling for 140. And cost price is 100. Selling at 20% profit simply means selling at 120. So he is selling X units for 140 rupees and the remaining 90 minus X units at 120 rupees. And by doing this, he is getting a total of 11,700 rupees. Correct? So what do we get? 140x plus 12 nines are 10800 minus 120x is equal to 11,700. Correct? So what do we get? 20x is equal to 11,700 minus 10,800. So that is equal to what? 700 plus 200, 900. Right? So x becomes equal to 45. That means he sold, what is the quantity of each part? Each part ka value is 45 kgs and 45 kgs. Right? Let's move on to the next. Rambali bought 2 cows and 1 buffalo. The ratio of prices at which he bought a cow and a buffalo is 1:3. Okay. He marked the price of each cow and each buffalo by 20 and 40% respectively. He then gave a discount of 40% and 25% on sale of each of these 2 cows and buffaloes respectively. What is his overall profit or loss percentage? Again, since there is no absolute value involved, you can assume it to be anything. So the ratio of prices at which cow and buffalo is bought is 1:3. So let's say my cow ka price is equal to 100 rupees and in that case my buffalo ka price is going to be 300 rupees. Since he bought 2 cows, the total cost price he incurred is 200 rupees and he bought 1 buffalo. So the total cost price he incurred in buying all of them is 500 rupees. Correct? Now he marked up the price of cow by 20%. So marked price for cow is going to be what? 100 पे 20% का increment, that means 120 rupees. And mark price of buffalo is 140 rupees, 40% above. Right? Now in this he is giving a 40% discount. So 40% discount ka multiplying factor would be 3 by 5. Right? So he is selling each cow for 72 rupees, selling price of cow. And 25% over here, so multiplied by 3 by 4. This simply gives you what? 105. Right? This simply gives you 105. Correct? So that means the selling price of each buffalo is 105. So what is the overall profit or loss in this transaction? So selling price, buffalo was 300, no, not 140. So 300 pe 40%. Sorry, guys. 300 ka 40%, 40% above, right? So 40% above simply means what? 2 by 5. So 1 plus 2 by 5, 7 by 5. Right? So 60, 67 is 420. And on this, he is giving a 3 by 4 ka discount. That means that is 25% ka discount, multiplying factor 3 by 4. This becomes equal to what, guys? So 105 into 3, 315. Correct? So he is giving it for 315. Correct? So the total selling price that he got is 315 from here and 72, 144 from here. Right? So the total price that he got is what? 300 plus 100, 400, 40 plus 10, 50 and 59. Right? So 459 is the amount of money that he got after selling these items. Right? So now what he is doing is that what is the overall profit or loss? So total cost price is 500, total selling price is 449. There is a loss on the entire transaction and the loss value is equal to 41 rupees. Remember, it's not asked you what is the loss percentage, it is only asking you what is the profit or loss on this transaction. So there is a loss of 41 rupees taking place, right? Next question. So Mukesh purchased 10 bicycles in 2017, all at the same price. Okay. He sold 6 of them at a profit of 25% and remaining 4 at a loss of 25%. If he made a profit of rupees 2000, then his purchase price of a bicycle was. Okay. So that simply means कि भाई देखो, whatever be the cost price में 25% plus, right, and 25% minus, right? Cost price में 25% plus 25% minus, ठीक है? तो for 4 पे जिस पे 25, because cost price पे ही profit and loss निकल रहा है, तो cost price का जो 25% profit होगा, same monetary value will be 25% loss. तो 4 का selling, 4 का profit and 4 का loss is completely equal. It's null and void. It's 0, right? That means on 2 bicycles का profit, so that's 2000 that he is earning. That is the profit on 2 bicycles. And those 2 bicycles he is earning how much? 2000 rupees profit. So 1 bicycle ka profit is 1000 rupees. So on 1 bicycle he is able to earn 1000 rupees, right? Now the next point is then the purchase price of the bicycle was. Okay, how do we calculate the purchase price? Okay, so this 1000 ka profit is also equal to 25% of the profit, right? So if let's say my cost price is X, right? So on X, if I'm getting a 25% ka profit, right? A profit of 25% means simply 1 by 4, right? It is getting equal to 1000 rupees. So can I say that my cost price is equal to 4000 rupees? And that is going to be my correct answer for this question. Purchase price of a bicycle was 4000 rupees. Correct? Let's move to the next. In an examination, the score of A was 10% less than that of B. The score of B was 25% more than that of C. And the score of C was 20% less than that of D. If A scored 72, what is the score of D? So A has 72 and B has X. Now the relationship between the two is that A scored 10% less than B, right? So whatever is B score, if you remove 10%, that is if you multiply it by 9 by 10, you will arrive at A ka value and that is equal to 72. So X equals to 80. This is 80. Now it is said that the score of B was 25% more than C. So C ka score is Y and Y made 25% above. That is multiplying factor of 5 by 4 gives you a score of B, that is 80. Correct? So what do you get? Y is equal to 64. And score of C was 20% less than that of D. So D is equal to Z. So D के score से 20% less, that is 4 by 5 का multiplying factor gives you C का score, that is 64. And Z from here becomes equal to 80. So this becomes equal to 80. So what is the score of D? Score of D is 80. That's your correct answer, right? Next question. Shopkeeper sells a radio at 10% discount and yet manages a 10% profit. Okay. So after selling it at a 10% discount, he is still able to manage a 10% ka profit. Find his profit or loss percentage if he were to instead sell the same radio at a discount of 20%. So let's say that my mark price is 100 rupees. Again, because no absolute value, I can use whatever I want. Let's say my mark price is 100 rupees. Because he is selling it at a 10% discount, that means he is selling it for 90 rupees. 100 into 9 by 10. Now, let's say my cost price is X. So on X rupees, he is gaining 10%. That means 11 by 10 ka multiplying factor is giving me the selling price of 90. So X is nothing but 900 divided by 11. So cost price is nothing but 900 divided by 11. Now, if he were to sell the same radio at a discount of 20%, so selling price, new selling price is let's say 80 rupees. Then it is asking you what were the profit or loss percentage. So we know there is a loss happening over here. And loss percentage is given by SP by CP. SP is this, CP is 900 by 11. So this goes here, this goes here. 0 and 0 is gone. This goes 4 times, this goes 45 times. Right? This becomes 44 divided by 45. So what loss do we see? 1 divided by 45 ka loss, because 45 is original value, 44 is final value. So we see a loss of 1 by 45. Loss of 1 by 45 means how many percentage? We have seen that agar humko percentage value nahi yaad hai, multiply it by 100. Multiplying it by 100 will give you what? This will give you 20 divided by 9, or this will give you 11 by 9, right? So 20 divided by 9 would be what, guys? 2.2 by 9, 2 by 20 to 2.22%. So 2.22% ka profit is loss is what we see in this particular transaction, right? So 2.22% ka loss we are able to witness, correct? Coming to this, so if the selling price of 10 apples is equal to cost price of 14 apples, which in turn is equal to 1/3 of the total discount offered upon 70 apples, okay? When the market is halved and the discount percentage is decreased by 5 percentage points. Remember, it's not percentage, but percentage points. So let's say the selling price of 1 apple is 1 rupee. So can I say that my selling price of 10 apples is 10 rupees? And it is also equal to cost price of 14 apples. So can I say that my cost price of 14 apples is 10 rupees? And that simply means that my cost price of 1 apple is nothing but 5 by 7 rupees. Correct? So now I know the selling price, I know the cost price. And this 10 rupees is equal to 1/3 of the total discount offered on 70 apples. So discount offered on 70 apples would be what? 30 rupees. So discount offered on 1 apple would be what? 30 divided by 70, that is 3 by 7. 3 by 7 is the discount offered, right? Now, see, selling price plus discount gives you the mark price. So we can calculate the mark price, right? So mark price would be 1 plus 3 by 7. That is, mark price is nothing but 10 by 7, right? 10 by 7 is my mark price, correct? So now I have the selling price, I have the cost price, I have the mark price, I have the discount. Now the question is, find the profit or loss percentage when the markup percentage is halved and discount percentage is decreased by 5 percentage points. Okay. So markup percentage is basically what, as of now, markup percentage you see from 5 by 7, it is going to 10 by 7. So markup is 100%. So if my markup percent is reduced by half, right? That means now my markup percent is 50%. So my new markup price would be what? New markup price would be what? 5 by 7 multiplied by 3 by 2. So what we get is 15 divided by 14, right? 15 divided by 14 is the new mark price. And discount percentage, so what was the original discount percentage, guys? Discount percentage is discount divided by mark price. So discount is 3 by 7, mark price is 10 by 7. 7 is gone, you are left with 3 by 10. So that means there was a discount of 30%. Now that 30% discount is converted into a 25% discount, right? So my new mark price is 15 by 14. Isme if I give 25% ka discount, that means my multiplying factor will become 3 by 4. So this will become equal to what? 45 divided by 56. So this is my new selling price, right? This is my new selling price, correct? So my loss percentage or profit or loss percentage will be what? SP by CP. Now my SP is 45 by 56 and my CP is 5 by 7, right? So this becomes equal to what? 45 by 56 multiplied by 7 by 5. This goes 8 times. This goes 9 times. So what do we see over here? We see a 9 by 8. 9 by 8 simply means what? An increase of 1 by 8. An increase of 1 by 8 depicts a 12.5% ka profit. So we have a 12.5% ka profit in this particular case, right? So I hope the question is clear. A very good question. Moving on to last question for this video. So in a market, the price of medium quality mangoes is half of that of good quality mangoes. A shopkeeper buys 80 kg good mangoes and 40 kg medium mangoes from the market and then sells all these at a common price which is 10% less than the price at which he bought the good ones. His overall profit percentage is. So let's say my good mangoes, because absolutely no absolute value is used. So my good mangoes, let's say they cost rupees 200. My medium mangoes cost rupees 100. He bought 40 kg medium and 80 kg good. So the total cost price incurred for him is 16,000 over here and 4,000 over here. That means the total cost price that he has incurred is 20,000 rupees is the total cost price. Now what he's doing, he's selling at what rate? So he bought it for 200 rupees, but he's selling all of them at 200 mein 10% ka discount, that is 9 by 10. So he's selling all of these for 180. And how many kgs does he have? He has 120 kgs, right? So how do we do it? 18 into 12, 216 and double zeros. So he's selling the entire item for 21,600. He bought it for 20,000. What is the profit percentage? How his overall profit is? So overall profit they are asking. So 21,600 minus 20,000, 1,600 rupees is the profit that he is gaining in the overall transaction. So I hope all these 7 questions are clear. In the next video, we'll be solving the last 7 questions of the series.